Good morning students. In this video from chapter 4, first I will revise the metallurgy and alloy because yesterday I got comment about the revision of metallurgy and alloy. So first of all you have to know what is metallurgy. So before metallurgy you have to know what are ores. Suppose that this is the earth crust and this earth crust contains metals either in the free form or combined form. Some other elements also combined. So this is the iron, this is the iron along with the oxygen. So metals are, this is the earth crust. This is the earth crust. Okay. So metals are found in the earth crust in the form of their compounds known as ore. Once again, what do you mean the term ores? Metals are found in the earth crust in the form of their compounds known as ores, and these ores either found in the free form, that means alone, or along with the other are combined are in the form of compounds. Okay, once again, what do we mean by the term ores? Metals are found in the earth crust in the form of their compounds known as ores, and these ores either found in the free form or in the form of compounds along with impurities. Some impurities also combined with these ores. Okay. Now see, what do we mean the term metallurgy? So suppose that ore. Suppose that this is the ore of iron, Fe2O3. You will isolate the iron from the ore. This is the ore of iron, Fe2O3, and this is the iron. So this process is known. This is the ore, and this is the metal. What do you mean by the term metallurgy? The process of extraction of pure metal from its ore is known as metallurgy. Once again, revise, what is metallurgy? The process of extraction of pure metal from its ore is known as metallurgy. Okay. What do you mean by the term ore? Metals are found in the form of in the earth crust in the form of their compounds known as ores. These ores may be found in the free form are in the form of compounds along with impurities. Now see steps of metallurgy. There are 4 steps. In the step 1, first one, removal of impurities from the ore. Removal of impurities. Removal of impurities from ore. That means in the first step you will remove the impurities, some dust particles, physical particles present along with the ore. So it's like sand, like dust particles. So first of all, you will remove the physical impurities or impurities from the ore in the step 1. In the step 2, conversion of metal compound. Metal compound, I can say ore, into where? Into which compound? Into oxide form, or metal oxide. Metal oxide. This is the step 2. In the step 1, you will remove the physical impurities or impurities from the ore. In the second one, you will convert or conversion of metal compound into metal oxide. Now in the step 3rd, conversion of metal oxide into metal. Conversion of metal oxide into metal. And the step 4, purification of the metal. Purification of the metal to convert pure metal. So how many total steps? Step 1, removal of impurities from the ore. In the step 2, conversion of metal compound into metal oxide. In the step 3rd, conversion of metal oxide into metal. And finally step 4, purification of the isolated metal, or you can say extracted metal into the pure form. In this step, the metal become completely pure. So these are the 4 steps of the metallurgy. Once again, what do you mean by the term metallurgy? The process of extraction of ore metal from its ore is known as metallurgy. Okay. Let's see what are alloys. Second topic, what are alloy. Sometimes two metals, suppose that this is the alloy is equal to, first see alloy, metal plus metal is equal to alloy. Okay, and the second one, metal plus non-metal is equal to alloy. What are alloy? Alloy is the homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous means we cannot separate. Alloy is the homogeneous mixture of two metals or one metal and non-metal is known as alloy. The homogeneous mixture of two metals or one metal and non-metal is known as alloy. See example 1. Metal plus metal is equal to alloy. So zinc plus copper, formation of brass. Okay, formation of brass. Zinc is metal. Okay, copper is also metal, and this is formed by formation of two metals. This is the alloy because it is formed by the mixing of two metals. So what are alloy? The homogeneous mixture of two metals or one metal and non-metal is known as alloy. Brass is an example of alloy because it is formed by the mixing two metals. Okay, come to the next example. You can see steel. Steel is the combination of carbon plus iron. It is steel. Okay, so carbon is non-metal. Okay, and iron is metal. So once again you can see steel is formed by the mixing one non-metal and metal. So this is again alloy. So once again, what do you mean by the term alloy? The homogeneous mixture of two metals or one metal and non-metal is known as alloy. Alloy is formed to prevent the process of corrosion because when the metal occurs alone, there is a process of corrosion takes place very fast. But when it is mixed with the other metal or other non-metal, then it prevents the process of corrosion. So this is about alloy. Okay, what do you mean by the term alloy? The homogeneous mixture of two metal or one metal and non-metal is known as alloy. Two metals example, brass. Brass is the formed by mixing zinc and copper, both are metal. Okay, and one metal and non-metal example is steel because carbon is non-metal, iron is metal. So this is about alloy. Okay, let's see exercise given on your page number 50 along with region. So page number 50, first I will start from tick the correct option. Page number 50, multiple choice question. Question number 1. The most reactive metal is. The answer will be the most reactive metal. Multiple choice questions, or you can say tick the correct answer. Which you can solve by taking pencil. Okay, tick the correct part A. Tick the correct answer. Tick the correct answer. Okay, so do fast. First one, the most reactive metal. Answer will be C is correct. C is correct. Okay, answer will be sodium because potassium. Answer third is correct, potassium. Okay, answer third is correct, potassium. Come to the second question number 1. Question number 2. The metal which is liquid at room temperature. Answer is fourth one, mercury. Answer will be mercury. Symbol is potassium, symbol is K, and mercury symbol is Hg. So first, the most reactive metal is answer C, potassium, and the second one, the metal which is liquid at room temperature. Answer will be fourth one, mercury. Come to the third MCQ. Most metal react with an acid to produce salt and release which gas? Hydrogen gas. So answer will be B, hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas. Answer will be B. Come to the fourth question. non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So answer will be A, acidic in nature. Acidic in nature. Come to the fifth. Metallic oxides turn red litmus to blue. See question number 5. Metallic oxide turn means change. Metallic oxides. Okay. So the metal oxides always converts a red litmus to blue. A red litmus to blue color. And non-metallic oxides, no, metallic oxides converts red litmus to blue color. Answer will be B. Fifth का B. 6. A metal is stored under kerosene. Answer 6 का A. Answer is sodium. Because when sodium kept alone, it catches fire. It combines with the atmospheric oxygen, so it kept in the kerosene. Answer will be A. Now 7. A non-metal with a high melting and boiling point. 7th का answer will be C. Graphite. Graphite is another drop of carbon. Carbon is non-metal, so it is high melting and boiling point. Answer will be graphite. 8. Covering the surface of metal object with a layer of corrosion-resistant metal is called electroplating. Answer 8 का C. C will be correct. Electroplating. Electroplating. Answer will be C. Next, fill in the blanks. MCQ over. Take the correct answer. Come to the next. Fill in the blanks. Part B. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Okay. Fill in the blanks. See, metals are. So first fill in the blanks. Metals are solid at room temperature. Solid. Answer will be solid. Metals are solid at room temperature, but non-metals found in all states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. So first का answer will be solid. Fill in the blank. Second one, non-metals are poor or bad conductor. Poor or bad conductor of electricity. They do not conduct electricity. Third is the property of substance to beaten into thin sheets. So third, fill in the blanks will be malleability. Malleability. Malleability is the property by which we can convert a metal into thin sheets. So answer will be fill in the blanks. Third का malleability. Fourth, CMCQ. Fourth is used for galvanizing iron to protect it from rusting. Answer will be zinc. Zinc is used for galvanizing iron to protect it from rusting. Fifth, fill in the blanks. Have better properties than metals from which they are formed. Alloys. Alloys have better properties. Steel is better than iron because it is alloy. Next, the corrosion of metal is called. The corrosion of iron metal is known as rusting. Is known as rusting. So once again fill in the blanks. First one solid, second one poor or bad conductor, third one malleability, fourth one zinc, fifth one alloy, and sixth one rusting. Come to the next 7. Come to the next 7. 7. Zn plus CuSO4 formation of ZnSO4 plus Cu. This equation given wrong. Please correct it. Zn plus CuSO4. In your book, chemical equation wrong given. There will be ZnSO4, not Zu. ZnSO4 plus Cu. So chemical equation wrong given. Please correct it. Not ZuSO4. It will be ZnSO4. So this is an example of displacement reaction. So in 7th one, fill in the blanks will be displacement reaction. Please correct it. There will be not ZnSO4. There will be ZnSO4. And correct fill in the blank will be displacement reaction. displacement reaction. Okay, come to the next, eighth one. Metals react with an acid to produce. When metals react with acid, always form salt and releases hydrogen gas. So there are two cylinder blanks. First will be salt and second will be hydrogen gas. So this is the fill in the blanks part. In the first fill in the blanks we will fill solid. Second one poor or bad conductor. Third one malleability. Fourth one zinc. Fifth one alloys. Sixth one rusting. Seventh one displacement reaction. Eighth one salt and hydrogen gas. Come to the next state, true and false. State true and false, part C. State true and false. State true and false. So graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. It is true or false? It is true. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. It is true. Okay, so first will be true. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Second one, non-metals do not react with acids. It is true. Only metals react with acids. Second one also true. Third one, carbon can be drawn into wires. It is false because carbon is non-metal. So first will be true, second will be true, third one false. False because carbon is non-metal. So carbon cannot draw into wires. Come to the fourth, true and false. Zinc reacts slowly with steam to form zinc oxide and hydrogen gas. This is true. Fourth one, true. Fifth one, non-metals are sonorous. Non-metals are sonorous. It is false because non-metals are non-sonorous. False. Fifth is false. Next one, 6. Iron is more reactive than copper. It is true. When you will see the activity series, you will find that the position of iron is upside to the copper. So it is true. 6 1 true. 7. In the reactivity series, the most reactive metal is placed at the bottom. It is false. Always at the top. False. Most reactivity always at the top, not at the bottom. And last one, sodium and potassium have high melting and boiling points. It is false. Sodium and potassium have high melting and boiling points. Let's see which is true or false. Sodium and potassium have high melting and boiling point. It is false. So this is all about true and false. Come to the next question answer portion. Once again, first one true, second one true, third one false, fourth one true, fifth one false, sixth one true, seventh one false, and eighth one false. To the next question answer, part B. See carefully, I will explain only. Differentiate between malleability and ductility. So what is malleability? The ability of a metal to draw into long, beaten into thin sheets is known as malleability. Once again, what do you mean by the term malleability? The ability of a metal to beaten into thin sheets is known as malleability, whereas the ability of a metal to draw into long wires is known as ductility. Once again, you can write. The ability of a metal to beaten into thin sheets is known as malleability, whereas the ability of the metal to draw into long wires is known as ductility. Next, why metals are used for making electrical wires? Because metals are good conductor of electricity. Third, what is sonority? The ability of producing sound by metal when struck on the hard object is known as sonority. This behavior shown by metals because metals when struck they produce sound, and non-metal do not produce sound because they do not, and when they struck they do not produce sound. State the behavior. When the metals struck on the hard object, they produce sound. So metals show the property of sonority. Whereas when non-metals beaten on the struck on the hard object, they do not produce sound. So non-metals do not show the property of sonority. Fourth one, why sodium and potassium are stored under kerosene? Because these metals are very reactive with atmospheric oxygen. They catch it fire, so they kept in kerosene. What is reactivity series? A series of metals into their decreasing order of reactivity is known as reactivity series. Name the most reactive metal. The most reactive metal is potassium, and this reactive metal is platinum, or you can say gold, because gold is the least reactive metal. But in your book platinum given, you can write platinum. The most reactive will be potassium and least reactive will be platinum. Iron can displace copper from its solution, but copper cannot. Iron can displace copper sulfate solution, but copper cannot. Reason: when you will see the reactivity series, you will find that iron is more reactive than copper. So iron can easily displace copper and form iron sulfate and copper. But in the second one, copper is less reactive, so it cannot displace iron. So this reaction will not take place. So next one, why reactivity series? Name the iron can displace copper because iron is more reactive than copper in the reactivity series, whereas copper is less reactive, so it cannot displace iron from iron sulfate. Okay, state the given chemical equation. What happened? See. Question answer, last one. Iron reacts with copper sulfate solution. Iron reacts with copper sulfate solution. 7. A. Iron reacts with copper sulfate solution. Iron plus copper sulfate is CuSO4. When you will see reactivity series, you will find that copper is more reactive than, iron is more reactive than copper. So iron displaces copper, it forms FeSO4, copper, iron sulfate plus copper. So this reaction will take place. Iron, because iron is more reactive, so it displaces copper and it forms iron sulfate. Come to the next. Silver reacts with copper sulfate solution. Silver Ag reacts with copper sulfate solution. Silver is less reactive than copper, so no reaction will take place because silver is less reactive, so it cannot displace copper from copper sulfate. There is no reaction. When you will see reactivity series, you will find that the position of silver is lower as compared to copper. So silver is less reactive, so it cannot displace copper from copper sulfate. To the next. Magnesium reacts with sulfuric acid. Magnesium Mg reacts with sulfuric acid formula H2SO4. It forms MgSO plus H2. Magnesium sulfate produced. And last one, sodium put in water. Sodium put in water. It gives sodium hydroxide and it gives hydrogen gas. So this is all about the chemical reactions. Okay, thank you.